This is Derek Easley for Gamefob.com at the amazing ArizonaCon, and I found Kyle Higgins, who works on Nightwing. What's going on, Kyle?
I'm about to leave for a flight back to LA, so we're doing a wrap up here. Show's over. We're gonna go relax for the rest of the night, eat some pizza, prepare for the grind of deadlines that start tomorrow.
Back to work, back to the grind, huh? Well, you're lucky. We drove out here, so you're smarter than we are.
I don't know if smarter is the word. It's lazy is probably a more apt answer.
So how'd this con go for you?
It was good. It was fun. I love Phoenix. I was out here last year in Mesa for the show, and it was a lot of fun. It was my first time out here. The fans are great. We had a lot of fun with the panels, the Death of the Family panel, the New 52 panel. We had a Skype phone call with Scott Snyder last night.
And that was all here?
It was all here, yeah. So it was good.
Very cool, very cool. And you've been working on Nightwing for a while now, and what's the most interesting thing that you've experienced working on this book?
The opportunity to deal with a character that I love, and watching people react and respond with passion to the words that I'm putting in his mouth, essentially, or maybe not in his mouth, but in the word balloon that's protruding from his mouth. And that's pretty cool, because I can remember like it was yesterday, growing up watching the animated series and watching Dick Grayson on it and really having an affinity for him and going hunting for the Robin action figure from Batman Returns, the line of toys. And to be the guy that's in charge of them now is pretty cool.
That's really neat. And what sets Dick Grayson apart from Jason Todd and Tim Drake and Damian? Why is he kind of the ultimate Robin?
Well, because all of those other Robins suck, and they're knockoffs of Dick Grayson, the OG. DG is the OG.
DG is the OG.
But no, for me, Dick Grayson is someone who is probably the most empathetic and compassionate of the Bat family. He's got a great sense of humor. He's a dude you'd want to go have a beer with, He's always looking forward. He's optimistic. He's someone who, if you want to outline his flaw, it's probably that he cares too much. He's a natural-born performer. He likes attention. He likes the spotlight. Not in an arrogant way, but he wants people to like him. And I think that's something that that causes him sometimes maybe to stretch himself too thin. But it's always with the noblest of intentions.
Now, you've been working with Eddie Burrows for a while. Now you're going to start working with Brett Booth. Talk to us about working with different artists and how it's been with DC and the New 52 and how this has been kind of a historic opportunity for you.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie's been my partner in crime for the last year and a half. So I was sad to see him leave the book, but his final issue was issue 16, which is a great send-off. It's huge, bombastic, over the top. The Joker coming after Nightwing in the darkest way possible. So we did well by him. Brett's coming on, starting with issue 19. We've got Juan Jose Rip on issue 17 and 18, which deal with the fallout from Death of the Family. The issues look great. The writing sucks, but the issues look good.
The writing's great.
And then Brett's on with issue 19 for the beginning of a run that I think has potential to be very cool. I just did an interview where I said I don't want to say like, I don't want to go out on a limb and say like seminal Nightwing story, but like that's the way I'm approaching it. This is kind of my opus. Like this is something that I've thought about for a long time. And I have the freedom now to put Nightwing into a situation where he's working a case that's ultra specific and personal to him. It's allowing me to leave Gotham. It's allowing him to leave Gotham. And when you see why he's leaving at the end of issue 18, not only will you understand it, but I think you'll cheer for him to go.
Wow.
So with that comes a whole new cast, supporting cast. It comes. And there will be some old characters that come back as well, but it's a new supporting cast. It's new villains and new threats.
Very good.
I'm building some nemesis. Nemesises, that's how you would say it. Nemesis. I'm really excited. So.
Very cool. Now, with dealing with Talon, the Court of Owls, now dealing with Death of the Family, and you've had story arcs and issues planned out from the get-go, but what's been during the writing process something that surprised you, even of yourself? You put this in the book and like, wow, I didn't expect it to take this turn.
The book has gone a lot darker than I thought it would. some of that is me writing to Eddie's sensibility, and then the other part of it is Eddie drawing to my sensibility. And so it's this kind of like cumulative effect where, as the issues have gone on, and the situations, to be fair, with the Court of Owls, and then especially with the Joker, which are very dark. Like that's what they are. They lend themselves to that sensibility. So coming out of that, and with Brett coming on, like the book is definitely I think it's gonna definitely have a lighter touch. Not to say it won't be serious, because when you see what he's going to his new location in pursuit of, it's very serious. But I think it's going to be a bit more fun.
Good. How has Dick Grayson changed from issue 1 to now? How have you put your mark as a writer on the character? I know you're talking about a seminal book coming up, and I don't want you to spoil it too much, but so far, how's the Nightwing brand altered? I
don't know that it has been. And that's something I'm looking to do. I think that, if we're being totally honest, I think that one of the big things in comics, especially characters that have been around for so long, sometimes it's challenging to really change them. You know, it's the illusion of change. It's small character arcs where, you know, you're never really solving their fundamental flaw. Because if you were to solve their fundamental flaw, then you don't have stories anymore. But I would say that Dick Grayson from issue 1 was someone who was very much beyond his past.
Photobomb here.
I would say now, after the last year and a half or so of the issues, he's probably come to a place where he realizes you can't outrun your past. Okay. You know, it's not something that he's consciously been trying to do in terms of abandoning, or not abandoning, but ignoring who he used to be. But he definitely has been. He's been progressive. He's been moving on. He's been traveling a lot, and then he tried to settle down in Gotham, and everything came back to haunt him. So I actually don't remember the question.
how he's changed? Yeah.
I think
we've seen him man up to Bruce a little bit, right, during the death of the family.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say he's really changed. I really wouldn't. I think he's embraced a part of his life that he had been running from. That's probably the biggest change. Okay. He had been ignoring, or maybe not ignoring, but he definitely had not been interacting with the circus. He had closed that chapter of his life, and over the past year, he's opened back up and welcomed it back in. Now, after the events of issue 16, we see how he's gotten burned by the people that he's leaned on. You know, spoilers for anyone who read his issues. Well, I don't want to give spoilers to anyone who hasn't read 16 yet.
It's out. You should have read it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that. I mean, that's been kind of the plan since day one. Is like, you know, if Dick Grayson is someone who puts his trust and faith in people, well, eventually people are going to let you down. So how is he going to react and deal with that? And that's something that we'll be exploring in issue 17 and 18.
Awesome. All right, real quick, because we got to wrap this up. Tell us about The League, a project you've been working on.
So The League is a film that I did when I was in college. It's 27 minutes. It's about the superhero labor union of 1960 Chicago. It's a big noir. The website is theleaguefilm.com, and at the top of the page is a little tab that says watch it on iTunes. So you can buy it there. It's like $2, maybe $3 for HD.
I'm going to go home and do that right now.
And it's something that got a lot of attention for me. It's how I got into writing comics. Some guys at Marvel saw it, reached out to me, and I started pitching to them. This was a few years ago. Now I'm doing it as a creator-owned book with Rod Reese, who's actually the colorist from Nightwing. So he's painting the whole book. It's all watercolors. We'll have the first 40 pages done by June or July. And yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. My co-writer and I, Alex Siegel, who we co-wrote the film together, and I directed it. We've had this planned out for quite a while, so I'm excited that it's finally going to see the light of day.
Very cool. Check out The League, and do you have a personal Twitter or website you want to promote?
Yeah, Twitter is Kyle D. Higgins, and yeah, that's it. And then theleaguefilm.com.
Awesome. Well, Kyle is great. Buy Nightwing, support him, and check out The League. Thank you so much for talking to us.
My pleasure, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.